Okay, well, what is up? Welcome. Happy Monday. Tuesday morning for some people, perhaps. Today, what we're going to do is we're going to look at funded Hive. Just going to look at some challenge models and talk about, if we were to take a challenge, what would be the most effective risk approach for that? And then what would be a good approach for, getting money back right away once you're funded. The interesting thing about funded Hive here is that as soon as you get funded, they start you on a book trades instantly. Like you don't have to get a buffer or anything. So you start with a book trades. And full discretion, like I don't know this prop firm inside out, but I did look through it enough to where I'm gonna have enough knowledge to kind of share with you guys. Um, so yeah, you get a funded account and you start on an A-book trade, and essentially what you can do is you take a trade, and if it's a winning trade, you can close that trade. Then you can go to your dashboard and you can click withdraw, and then boom, it's instantly transferred to your crypto wallet. So pretty insane concept. It's all done via blockchain, right? And that's what makes it so effective. Ran through an algorithm essentially. So very interesting stuff. Because obviously the prop firm, I was talking about this today, that the prop firm industry is so new, and a lot of concepts are young relative to everything else in the world. Prop firms were really only relevant early 2023 is when they started to become relevant. So we're like 3 years into this game, and there's been a lot of degeneracy in the prop firm game. I think because it's new, you get a lot of like shady stuff happening, a lot of scammers, a lot of like rug pulls, all that stuff. So when someone like this comes along, it's kind of refreshing for me because it's built on a system that makes it a lot harder to scam people, and that's what I like about it. Because you can kind of like, if they were to scam people, you'd be able to see it, right? You would know right away. So just because everything's tracked on the blockchain, everything. So let's take a look at this transparency tab here. So something really interesting that kind of blows my mind is that they have something called smart contracts. Don't ask me exactly how they work, but they're payouts. So when you request a payout, it's done through MetaMask, right? And MetaMask integrates with OpenSea. So you don't need to know a whole bunch about that, but essentially it mints an NFT for your payout certificate. So all of these payout certificates are NFTs. Let me show you my NFTs here. Let's see here. MetaMask. Okay, hang on. Let me pull this over here real quick. Do. Did I send myself more crypto? What the heck? I thought I had 500 in here. Why do I have 600? Did crypto go? Did Ethereum go? I'm not sure where I got money from. That's okay. Interesting. So yeah, so this is MetaMask here, right? Super easy. You just install it on your browser. It's a wallet. And look at this. So you go to NFTs, right? And check this out. So all my payouts, these are the ones I was testing before I made that reel. I was trying to get it to function, but I guess I didn't really. It was delayed, but I had an issue with my settings. So check this out. So this is like, remember those NFTs? So here's the chicken NFT, right? This is an NFT that I bought for like zero point 0.2 Ethereum back when NFTs were hype. And for some reason, it was a chicken NFT. It minted me a chicken NFT. I didn't even mean to get it. I didn't buy it. It was random. There was like 10,000 different ones that gave me a chicken one. Maybe it was the universe telling me something. I don't know. But anyway, that's an NFT. So if you don't know what an NFT is, just look it up. It's very simple. It's like it's a digital asset that's backed by Ethereum blockchain code essentially. So you see it's a contract, right? So we have a contract address. I can send anyone here this NFT if I take this address and I send it as Ethereum, right? I can send it to anyone else's Ethereum wallet as long as it can hold NFT. So MetaMask can't, right? But look at this. So the funded accounts, that was an NFT, right? That's minted as an NFT. The payouts are also minted as NFTs. So like it's minted, right? It's an official payout. So if you look at if we go back here, we can see like if we go to payouts, you see all these payouts that have been hitting. They're all NFTs. They're all tracked on the blockchain. You can see it. It's all automated. It's not like there's a guy approving this. It's all an OpenSea generated NFT. So as soon as you request a payout, boom, it generates an NFT on OpenSea, goes to your crypto wallet along with the money. It comes with the money. So very, very interesting tech, just incredible. Also, guys, I'm gonna make my camera bigger here for a sec. I'll show you something. What's up? All right, so I got this coffee mug here. See that? It's my Monday mug. It's so I can serve you guys better. Cheers. But I was boxing today, so my wrists are sore, and now I can't really lift it properly. So I need help. I need someone to come help me lift the mug to my face. Is anybody interested? Anybody that might live in Vancouver? I can give you my address, and you can just come here. There's going to be like an arm on stream that comes into the shot, putting the mug up to my mouth. I pay well. I pay well. I'll pay you in NFTs. It's freaking huge, but it's Monday, so. The bad thing about it is that the coffee gets cool too quickly because it's all spread out. So I didn't really think that one through. It's more of I don't know why I have it. Yeah, so that's kind of the interesting thing about funded Hive, the whole code, all of the fundamental, the fundamental systems that are built into it, give it a ton of potential, because it's I guess the owner's goal was they've been developing the tech for 3 years. He wants it to be mostly automated and mostly run by algorithms, so you don't have to have all this bias and all these different rules, or you have these risk teams denying payouts, denying funding, this and that, all that shady stuff that goes on with prop firms that nobody likes. Nobody even likes that because everyone knows it's a scam, and the reason why they don't have to do that is because they use an algorithm to book their trades that will lead to payouts. So their payouts are covered by their traders already. And the only reason why prop firms don't do this stuff is because the systems involved to set that kind of thing up is extremely complex. This guy has put 3 years into it. Most of these prop firms are all white labeled software. So pretty much that means is if right now I can go to a white label prop firm licensing company and say, hey, I would like a prop firm. And they would say, okay, we will license it to you for $20,000 a month or whatever. And then I could be okay. And then I put my brand on it and then I'm selling challenges. That is the current system that exists, right? Not every prop firm uses white labeled, but a lot do. And that's why you get these scammers, because you could be some kid named Tommy, you're 18 years old, you live in your mom's basement and you start a prop firm because you can white label the software with in a week. It's up and running, right? So that's kind of a huge issue. And then it's just a marketing game. It's a marketing game, right? So this is why, when a system comes around like this, we're probably going to see a lot of other prop firms hating on it as well. Oh, that's not sustainable, or you can't do that, or because they wouldn't want to do the work to set up a system like this where the prop firm and the trader can actually coexist and actually both benefit together, right? Which is not true right now. So very interesting stuff. I'm really happy we're seeing some changes in the industry, some groundbreaking stuff being made. And I feel when we find models like this, we should support them, back them up. That's why I'm going to be trading with them a lot too. I'll be highlighting them when I can on my socials while also keeping an eye on everything. Right, I've already known about this firm for 2 months. I've been testing them out, so it's not like I found it today and I was like, "Oh shit, look at this!" Right, this has been a whole process for me to make sure everything looks good, everything's legit. I've talked to the people that run this thing to make sure they're real people and all of it. So, yeah, super excited about it. I'll post the link in the chat here too. Let's see here. And then we'll go through the models because they're super interesting, actually. A lot of various things that they're trying out. We don't know, if everything's going to be viable, what they're doing now. Obviously, there's going to be some evolution. That's the link, guys. And I think welcome is the promo code right now you can use for like 25% off or something. Yeah, so yeah, there's going to be some questions in the chat. I'll get to it. 1 second. So at the moment, it's C Trader, I think. Oh, I feel ridiculous. That's great. What was I doing? Yeah, so it's C Trader. C Trader is actually pretty chill. It's really easy to use. They've fixed it a lot recently. I used to never like C Trader, but they've actually redone the whole UI. So it's like everything's like drag and drop. So you can literally click set up order, put in your desired lot size. So let's say I set up the order and I want to do 0.5 lots, and then I can just drag the TP and stop loss around, and it'll show me exactly how much the trade's going to win or lose. It's like probably the easiest platform to use now for trading. You can also, if you wanted to use like an EA, this is something Harsh set up today. I don't know if Harsh is in here right now, but he set up, he is in here. Yeah, he set up a copy trader from MT5 to C Trader. So that's always an option too. It's like it probably took him 15 minutes to research and set up himself. So, if you have questions, you can ask him in the chat there, like what he used. But yeah, super straightforward. So yeah, lots of options. And once you learn how to do it, you know how to do it. Once you use C Trader, you know how to use it. And it's a skill that you can use for years to come, right? And you can watch a 5-minute YouTube tutorial as well if you learn better that way. I learn better by messing around with stuff without watching a video, but that's just me. All right, let's take a peek here. Let me see if there's any questions. If anyone has questions first before we go through the models, you can throw them in chat. No questions about my mug. Those are off limits. You will be banned. Oh, did I create an LLC? No, it's not an LLC in Canada. It's a corporation. So I created a corporation, right? Oh yeah, you are in Canada anyway, right? So yeah, I created a corporation. But you could do what is the other name? You don't have to do corporation. You could do like, there's another name for like private contractors. I can't remember what it is, but I always prefer corporations anyway. So basically, it's super easy. Just get a corporate lawyer to set you up a corporation. It costs $1,500. You can do it yourself, but don't bother. Like I have a whole book of legal files, and they also have their legal files in their office if you ever need anything. It's worth it. Just get a corporate lawyer to set it up, $1,500. And then you can take those documents to the bank and say, hey, I want to open up a business account. They open up a business account. You get all your banking creds. And now what you can do is you can deposit money, your own personal money, into that business account as a loan. And you can buy challenges with it. And all the payout money goes into that account. So now the whole goal is, okay, you start getting payouts into that account. And then you can buy challenges with that payout money. So it's a business expense, buying challenges, right? And then payouts are business income. So it's only going to become personal income if you withdraw from your business bank account and spend it on personal things, obviously. And that's when the tax gets high in Canada, is from income. Let me keep going here. pay from profit. Yeah, let's look at pay. Well, we'll look at the pay from profit model in a sec here. They restrict this. Trading copier is not allowed. I asked them on Discord on funded accounts. Yeah, exactly. So basically, because they're A-book trades, they don't want someone to get like $1.2 million of funding and then have it all leveraged in one direction with a copy trade, right? So I could buy 600K challenges and I can copy trade them all and pass them all, but I would have to trade the funded accounts separately, which is reasonable in my opinion. Well, they might eventually take that off. Obviously, I think they will take that off eventually if like they have like 100,000 traders, but right now the community is so small that they couldn't possibly off balance their A-book trades by having one guy do like $1.2 million on one position. It would be too risky, right? I'm recording the video, yeah. Okay, I will explain A-book, B-book from what I know of it. Sole proprietorship. Yeah, that's right. I can't say that last word. My mouth doesn't move like that, but Justin got it. 2 people got it. Bastards. You guys know more about business than I do. Okay, let's look at the model real quick. So let's go through the model since it's on the homepage. So essentially, it's really good. It's really nice for the trader because there's no consistency rules. There's no maximum lot size limits, although you will be restricted by dynamic leverage, which we'll kind of go over. I'm still a little bit, it's not that confusing, but it's confusing to calculate sometimes. And then the drawdowns are static, right? So there's no trailing drawdown, which is so nice. And then something here too, I don't know if it's on the homepage, but their broker, they don't add any extra spreads nor slippage. They use raw spreads and they have commission costs. So you have the tightest spreads available. So if you're like worried about like spread costs or anything, it's like the best trading conditions. And the reason they do that is because they want realistic conditions for their traders because they're looking for actually good traders, right? The more good traders they have funded, the more money they make, because if you look at the two-step classic, for example, it's a 70% profit split. So if you make $1,000 and you request that $1,000, they're going to get 300 of that. Like that's pure profit for them too. And they're not losing the money from the payout. That's the beautiful thing. So they make 300, you make 700, everybody wins, and then you can keep trading like the next day, I think. So the classic is actually pretty standard. We can look, it's like what you would see with like Funded Next or like E8 Markets or FTMO, or all the big boys have very similar two-step models. It's 8% profit target, 6% for phase 2, and then a 10% overall loss, which is pretty good. It's a lot better than 8. It's better than 8, 10, and 8, 8, and then 5, 8. It's better than that because you have an extra 2% drawdown, which makes a big difference with probability to pass. And then you have max daily loss limits of 5%, and then you can't lose more than 3% on a single trade idea or whatever that is. So they're just saying like, hey, don't go full port with your 5% on one trade, I guess. And it's really nice for swing traders because you can news trade in the eval and the funded, and you can hold during the weekend. So the only downside is you can't hold during the weekend on the funded. I don't know why. I think it's the risk of having an A-book position open over the weekend. If it opened at a huge gap, it could destroy their capital, right? So I think that makes sense. So if you're a swing trader, you'd have to kind of close that position before the weekend and then reopen it on like when it opens back up again. So that's kind of interesting. And dynamic leverage, just to touch on that, it's 1 to 50, but the leverage decreases with the more lots you open. So if I open one lot, that's going to be 1 to 50. If I open 2 lots, well, the one lot will be 1 to 50, but the second lot that I take is going to be like 1 to 20, for example. So the bigger position you open, the tighter the leverage actually gets. So that's why, you know, they offered these. There's a reason for that. It's to do with the A-book broker. They have to have it, they said, because obviously it's a little kind of confusing, but it's necessary for the model, which I think is a fine sacrifice, because I have a 100K account and I can still open up trades for gold at 2 lots on my 100K, which is right now in gold, that's enough. Unless you're scalping. If you're scalping, you can do this queen bee thing. You have 1 to 200 leverage with that. And you also have a 90% profit split. So that's like, if you like to scalp, this would be like a fair thing to kind of pay a little bit extra for. And, you know, it's 100. How much is it extra? Oops. 2-step. How much is the newbie? Okay, so it's $200 more. But like, you make that back if you hit 1% on your first payout, right? So, because you're going to get an extra $200 with that extra 20% profit split. So really, if you're planning on succeeding and if it allows you to trade more your style, I think it's worth it to go with the queen bee for sure. And it's a better long-term play too, because imagine you hit like multiple payouts on one single funded account. Like that extra 20% profit split really adds up. It pays for itself for sure. So that's a classic. We're going to look at the pay from profits in a second here. Sorry, guys. I know there's probably some questions in chat, but I'm... So I'll talk about A-book, B-book after we look at the pay from profits. Did you pass the eval for Hive using the EA? I started it manually and then I finished it with the EA. I passed the phase 1 manually and then I put phase 2 on the EA just because I just didn't have time. I was actually doing worse manually. So I think that's why I switched to EA, because I went into drawdown. And I was like, I hate being in drawdown manually trading, so that's when I like to let the robot deal with it. Don't pay taxes, just do tax fraud. Ooh, I like that. Yeah, good idea. Okay, so let's look at pay with profits here. So this is a really interesting model. It's unique, right? So the unique thing about this is I kind of asked the guy that came up with the concept. I asked him, what's the reason for this? Like, why do you want to sell challenges for so cheap? And he says, well, we're looking for good traders, and some people just don't have the resources to get enough funding so that they can just do it for like a living or something like that, right? So what they want to do is they want to offer these low cost barrier to entry where you could buy a 100K challenge for $99 instead of $450 like you saw with the other one. And then you're just leaning completely on your skill. So the only catch to this is you have to stay within certain risk parameters, because what they're looking for is low risk, consistent traders that they can give the funding to, right? And to prove that, they have like this PDF here we can look at. So let's pull that up, but let's quickly just look at the parameters here. So it's exactly the same, right? You need to make 8% on the phase 1, 6% on the phase 2, 3 profitable days again, so that's 1%. Overall loss is 10%. If you go below on 100K, if you go below 90K, you'll breach the account. And then the same thing, 3%, news tradings, everything's the same, everything. So we'll go to the PDF here. Don't worry about this page. We'll go down. So this is the risk categories, and this is how you pay for I'll zoom in here. There we go. That's big enough, I think. So this is how you pay for the funded account. So there's really only 2 options. Sorry, whoops. Where am I? There we go. Okay. There's really only 2 options you can go with. There's 4 groups, but these 2 groups, if you hit them, you'll have to pay money after you pass, which is what we're trying to avoid. So we want to, I feel like I got to sneeze. Allergic to giant coffee cups. So there's two risk categories. Now, I am always going to recommend people aim for this one, the moderate risk, because if you go with the low risk, like, you can do that, but it's just going to take a lot longer to pass. Like, you could be trading this for weeks and weeks and weeks. This moderate risk one, you could potentially get funded within, like, if you run pretty hot, you could get funded in a week and a half, 2 weeks, right? Imagine being 100K funded in 2 weeks and paying $100 for it. I mean, that's pretty crazy, right? So the only conditions is you need a stop loss when you open the trade, which is fine in C Trader. That's one click of a button to make sure it's on there before you enter the trade. And the max loss per trade you can have is 1.5%. So if you're setting up the trade, you would want to set it to like 1.2%, 1.3% max, just in case there's a quick spike or something. Although they have slippage guarantee, I don't really know how that works with them. It's better just to play it safe and stay like, around 1.2, 1.3% when you set up your trade. So if I had a 100K account, I would set up my trade and I would risk $1,200, for example, when I set up the trade. And the beautiful thing about that is if I go with 1.2% or 1.3, I can take 2 trades. If I lose the first one, I can take a second one because I have a 3% max daily loss, right? And if I lose the second one, then I'm done for the day. But I have 2 shots to have a win on the day, which is nice. And then if you hit more than 6% drawdown, so if I had a 100K account and I went below 94,000, then that's going to breach this. It's not going to breach the account. It's going to breach this risk category. So if I went to 93,000, then I'd move to the medium risk group. You know what I mean? But once you're in there, you could trade like this anyway if you want. And the interesting thing is here is, where is it? Oh, here we go. So you have you have, in low risk, you actually have 1 to 200 leverage, right? So as long as you're in this risk category, you can open, like, you could scalp if you wanted to quite easily. Same with moderate risk is 1 to 100. And then once you're funded, so if you get funded staying within these parameters, let's say you pass a challenge, you never went more than 6% drawdown on your phase 1 or your phase 2, then all you have to do, you get that account, they give you the funded account, you don't need to give them anything, you've only paid $100 for a $100,000 funded account, and then all you have to do is you make 1% profit on that account. That's it. And then they take that 1%, your balance goes back to 100K, and then it's all yours for $100. So that's how crazy powerful it is. Like, the average cost, let's say I was going to trade funded next, right? Let's go to funded next. So let's say I was going to trade funded next 100K accounts, normal 2-step, right? It's $550 for 100K. Now, if I have a 30% pass rate, which is really high, let's say 25% conservatively, I'm going to pay $2,200 for a single 100K funded account. I'm not even guaranteed to get a payout on that. That's just to get funded. So if you can reduce the cost by like 5x, 6x, 7x, you have a much higher chance to be net profitable and risk your upfront capital quite nicely. Gold dumping. Is it dumping? What the? You said gold dumping. I like seeing that in chat. Like, gold's dumping. I look at it. Oh, nope. Oh no, he's making a prediction. That's funny. Yeah, so does anyone have any questions about this? Because I find this like really interesting. I think it's pretty straightforward. And I don't see, like, it's not a ridiculous standard. Like, it's not like they're making you risk like 0.5% a trade. Like, that would be hard. But I'm like, this is how I trade normally with most prop firms. Like, this is very close to how I trade normally. So this is like kind of nice to consider. So I might start running these things, to be honest. I might start running them. The only reason I did the two-step is because like that's my jam, right? I don't mind like throwing up the money, but like I don't really see. Well, I do like the two-step because the only benefit of the two-step is I can go past that 6% drawdown without moving the risk category. Like I'll still get my funded and I won't have to pay for it after I get funded. But yeah, I mean, that's the 6% drawdown thing. It doesn't breach your account. It's just like, you know what I mean? I think this is a bit generous too, the 6%. Do, do, do. Let's see. How does the EA work? It's bought that your trades takes your strategy. Yeah, it works by following PFK alpha logic. With different set files, we'll have various entry conditions, but it follows the same logic. So if you fail the challenge, you only pay 99. Yeah, well, you pay 99 up front, right? So you pay 99 up front, and then you pay for the rest of it with the profits you make on the account. So you start the challenge, you pay 99, you pass it within those parameters, and then all you have to do is pay for that funded account with the profits on that funded account. So it's like no risk to you. It's only like you rely fully on your skill as a trader, and you don't have to risk your capital, which is really cool. So if you think you're a profitable trader, give it a go. I'm done with funding ticks. 5 days now and I didn't receive your funded account. Oh man, that's brutal. Yeah, Tradeify, try Tradeify because it's very similar. That's so annoying. Like I wish I think, I don't know what's going on with them, man. Honestly. Like the payouts take like 2-3 days now. I don't know if their cash flow is light or if they just got so many sales from Black Friday, which is probably more likely. I don't think funding pips and funding ticks has a cash flow problem. I think they probably make millions a month. If past the one phase, no, you don't have to. No, it's a one-time fee now. They changed it. So before you would pass phase one and you'd have to pass for the phase two, but it caused way more confusion than anything else. So yeah, it's just a one-time fee now, which is nice. They should actually put one-time fee on here for the people that are used to the old school model. What leverage would you recommend? I think like if you are a day trader like me, like conservative, I think the two-step newbie is fine, right? Or if you want to do pay from profits, the interesting thing about pay from profits is you start in the lowest category and they give you 200 leverage to start. So that's kind of like a benefit of that as well. So if you're thinking about like trying aggressive scalp trades, then that might be a nice play. Are there different versions of the EA? There's one version, but there's multiple set files. So basically we take a bunch of different back tests and the logic uses VWAP, moving averages on higher time frame, lower time frame, a couple other filters, and then we'll have back tests for various different different set files. So like there's plenty of different set files to try out and choose from. Now it's going down. It's going down now. Oh my gosh. I'm gonna ban you in a second. Where's the ban hammer? Does Hive allow EA? Yes, they do. They allow copy traders, EA, all of that. You just can't copy trade the funded accounts across each other right now. I'm sure that'll change in the future, but you know, while they're still small, they're not going to allow it. Curious about your EA. If like we all use the EA, won't most prop firms flag us for group trading? Yeah, good question. It's a question I get most. So we obviously, you know, as a prop firm expert, I know about that potential issue, right? So when we designed it, that's why we designed the set files page to have a whole bunch of different various settings, and they all have different entry logic, so none of them are the same. And we also have randomization settings on the back end. So like if somehow, some way, two people picked the same set file, ran it at the same time on the same prop firm, they're still on the same size account. There's still randomization settings on the back end, so it adjusts the entry time by a randomization of 90 seconds, and it also adjusts the lot size by 0.01 or 0.02, just so it doesn't completely match up. We haven't had any issues with that before. No flags. Yeah, we're gonna talk about A book, B book. Yeah, we'll talk about that. So so the other main thing with this prop firm is A book, B book. Let me pull up the drawing board here. Paint. I wish there was like a photo, like a picture I drew up here, like that's really disturbing. That I'm like, oh, oops, you guys weren't supposed to see that. I might do that next time. Oh my gosh, what is that? I don't know who did that. Okay, so A book, B book. I need 6 cents to pass an eval. That's so annoying. 26 cents short. Imagine if you breached an eval like trying to make 26 cents. It's probably happened once. A book. A B book. Okay, so if anyone doesn't know, boop. A book is like considered, like A books are trades that are taken on the real market, and B books are trades that are just, they stay in the demo phase. They're just demo accounts. They're not ever executed on any real market, any actual regulated broker that's taking these trades with real money. So all the prop firms right now, they all just function fully on B book, and that's why you get a lot of like people that get payout denials, and they have all these weird little backdoor rules to deny funding and all that stuff, because all their payouts, like the more profitable you are, the worse the more the prop firm doesn't like you, right? Because your payouts are just an overhead cost to them. That's it. That's just the reality of it. So that's why, obviously prop firms have to function off their reputation. That's why they don't scam everyone and everybody, because we've seen that before. As soon as a bunch of people start getting scammed, people talk and they get exposed really quick. So they do a lot of damage control. They have that's why they have these backdoor rules, so they can justify payout denials, or they can justify funded account denials, and the person can complain, but the other people will be like, well, maybe the prop firm's right. So they have that. But it's really bad, because it's kind of ironic that, you have a prop firm that actually doesn't want profitable traders. They just want bad traders, or traders that are going to fail. That's it, right? That's what they're looking for. And then the ones that do succeed, then they have regulations in place to protect themselves against those payouts. So with an A book model, the beautiful thing about that is, if the prop firm can benefit from profitable traders, well, then they want profitable traders. They want you to be profitable. And then that's what Hive's trying to do, right? They're trying to set it up so the more profitable and the more skilled a trader is, the more they benefit as well. And all the payouts that they send out to these profitable traders, it's already paid for, because the trader themselves made the money for the firm, because they have this thing called the Hive fund, right? So the Hive fund is, this right here, the Hive fund. So all of the people that buy challenges for, let's say I bought this challenge right here. Well, apparently 80% of this money goes into the Hive fund. And what the Hive fund is, it's capital that they use to A book trades. So all the funded traders are using that capital, generate their profits, then they can withdraw it. They can close that trade, withdraw it right away, because the profit's been made already. So it's not like the prop firm has to dish out their money, right? They're just giving you the money you've earned. That's it. So that's why the model's really solid. So the only catch is here. So this is how the A book, B book functions. Now, there is I don't know if there's a page here yet. I know they said they were going to add one. They don't have it here yet. So there's going to be a page that explains A book, B book process, but it's actually quite simple. It just, you might have to kind of think about it a couple times for it to register. So when you get, so let's just use a 100K account, for example. Let's say I get a 100K funded account. Okay. Now, and then I take a trade on that funded account to 101K. I can close that trade and then I can take $1,000 payout right away. Right? It was A booked. Your account starts in A book. So you can trade it, you make a profitable trade. 2 hours goes by, you make 100, you make $1,000, you close the trade, your balance is 101,000. Then you can withdraw the 1,000, 80% profit split, you make $800, the prop firm makes $200. Gold is moving down. Oh, okay, now it's actually moving a bit. Okay, you didn't troll me this time. I thought chat was trolling me again. Gold dump for real. For real this time, or for real for real? Okay, so here's the other scenario. The other scenario is you actually lose your first trade. So if you take a trade and you go negative 1%, okay, and your balance, that means your balance is 99K. You know what happens here? Your trade closes, automatically closes, your account switches to B book. Okay, so the reason they do this is because they don't want to take A book trades when a trader's in drawdown. Because when a trader's in drawdown, it doesn't matter anyway. They have to get out of drawdown because they can't request a payout when your account is in negative balance anyway. So they don't have to worry about covering a payout cost. They only want to take A book trades that are going to result in payouts. So that's the logic. So all you have to do is get your account balance back to 100K. Okay, that's it. So your account's going to be in B book. It auto closes at 99K. You just have to get it back to 100K, close your trade, boom, your account's back to the A book. That's it. So super simple. I mean, that's as simple as it gets. Now, there is one more condition here. Because you actually lost the prop firm $1,000, right? You lost the Hive fund, not the prop firm, but the Hive fund, $1,000. All you have to do is, before you request the payout, you just have to get your account to 101K balance. So you have to just make that $1,000 that you lost, and you can withdraw anything above 101K. So you just have to have a 1K buffer in there because you lost the prop firm $1,000. So the logic for that is because they're looking for true profitable traders, not traders that are trying to rinse and repeat this A book, B book thing. So if I lose $1,000, I have to make that $1,000 back on A book, right? When I get back to 100K, I'm back at A book, get my balance to 101K, and then I can withdraw anything above 101K. So if I got my balance back to 100K and then I took a trade and I got my balance to 103K, for example, then I can withdraw 2K, right? I can leave $1,000 buffer in there because I lost the prop firm, the Hive fund, $1,000. That makes sense. You know what I mean? But you can only lose $1,000 at a time. You can only lose 1% at a time. It's going to auto close the trade if you breach that 99K. It auto closes and you get switched to B book. You know what I mean? Is gold going to hell? It's not that bad. It's at the open price. Come on, something so dramatic. Hey, are we actually bearish or bullish? Oh, we're bearish. Ooh, let me check something. Oh, I wonder if my robot went long. Oh. Oh yeah, I'm in a trade, boys. Ooh. This is my trade. 41.90. It took a short right on the open price. This is what it looks like. At 41.70, stop loss is $10. but it's right on the open price. I'm a little bit scared because yesterday, if you don't remember, every time it touched the open price, buyer stepped in and pushed it back up. So I might be in trouble there. I don't want to talk about it. Anyway, it's a PFK Alpha crossover. So if you're looking for a trade, you could try that one with me. But just to warn you, open price plays right now seem a little difficult. See, okay, I'll show you yesterday. This is what happened yesterday. This was my PFK Alpha trade yesterday. Similar situation. This was the crossover. And I went short here. And you can see it hits the open price and it bounced. Right? And yet, look, here again, hits the open price. Well, close and bounced. And right here again, hits the open price and bounced. The orange line's the open price. It's the open price indicator. You can put it on your chart. Just type in open price. This little guy right here. No, don't you dare bounce. We just need a complete breakdown of gold. That's it, a complete breakdown. We need this thing to go drop $20. I really can't deal with another open price bounce. Please. Please, I'm begging on my knees. Don't do it to me. Dan, thoughts about doing a morning show with Sean as a Christmas gift for us? Like, what do you mean a morning show? Because Sean trades in the morning. That's why we don't stream together. We literally trade at the same time. I would like to, but our trading schedules overlap. Your robot knew. Yeah. Oh, I can't look at this thing, dude. I hate it when like it just works out to where I have to short right on the open price. Just unlucky. It's been doing this, man. Like, let's see what my stop loss is at. I've been getting just trolled over the last like 3 days with this thing. Hey, look, there I am. What's up? Yeah. 4170. My stop loss is at 4200.92 exactly. Oh, it is running up too, isn't it? Okay, listen. Stop. Hold on. Let me just do something real quick here. Here we go. We have there the magnet. I have to turn this thing so I don't turn it the wrong way. Here we go. Okay, we got that going there, and then we can find like a bear or something. Do they even have a bear on this thing? They got a freaking beaver. That's close. Both start with a B-E-A. Ooh, that is actually really close. Why don't they have a bear here? They even got whatever this thing is, like a sloth? No bear? This is a bear, but it's a teddy bear. I want like a full-on bear. Well, we're going to have to go with the teddy bear. I don't have any other options here. I got a ladybug. There we go. He will not, it won't go any higher there. I'm blocking it. Look at that. Impossible. Oops. There we go. All right, we're safe. We're safe. We're actually safe though. Koala bear. Panda. Panda's not a bear, is it? Is a panda a bear? I don't think so. We're gonna see. This is gonna work fine. Don't worry, guys. I'm a professional. Okay. I'm a professional. Don't doubt it. We're gonna go back there, and it's just gonna be like collapsed. Gold's gonna be at like $2 an ounce. Sorry. Let me go through the questions here. Can you show the EA and how it works? We won't do an EA session today. I'll do another EA session either tomorrow or Wednesday because we're doing an update to the dashboard. So I think it's going to be Wednesday I can do the EA session. So we'll do like a full like 45-minute EA breakdown. It'll be really good. I'll record it too. and we'll go through the new dashboard and all that stuff. Okay, so when the account is 99K in B book, what if I made 3,000 in a single trade? The balance becomes 103. Well, it'd be 102K. Will I be able to withdraw 2K? No. So that's the thing. You have to set up your trade. So you're at 99K B book. You have to bring it back to 100K. So you set up the trade to bring it back to 100K, right? So you would set up the trade like you would risk 1%, like you would risk 1% and try to gain 1%, right? If you overshoot it and make 103K, or sorry, if you like set up your trade and you make $4,000 of B book profit, they automatically deduct that profit and give you it as Hive coin. But as soon as you surpass that profit, it will default back to A book starting balance. So that's how the algorithm works. And then you get a fresh, clean slate. But like you'll get used to managing the account, right? It's very, very simple. All you see, oh, hey, look, my balance is 98K. Okay, so what does that mean? Well, I have to make a trade and get my balance to 100K. So set up the trade, make 2%, risk 3%, risk 4%, whatever. Actually, you shouldn't do that because it's like max 3% trade. But yeah, you could do a 1-to-1 trade. You could risk 2% to make 2%. You're back at 100K. Boom, your account's back in A book, and then you can do your next trade. You win it, you take a withdrawal. So like just that slight bit of management is totally worth it if you can withdraw money anytime you make profit on your account. Think about this. Most prop firms, 2 weeks to 30 days. I've had a lot of my prop firms, I trade 30-day payout cycles. I request the payout and then I'm waiting another 3 or 4 days for it to be approved. It's approved and then I have to wait another day for them to unlock the account so I can trade it again, or reset the account so I can trade it again. Sometimes it doesn't work. I got to reach out to customer support, get them to activate it. And there's so many annoying issues, right? So if everything's automated, I don't mind doing that little bit of extra to bring my account back to A book and then make profit, right? It's like anything else. Once you do it once, you'll nail it, right? Do you still trade FTMO? Did they do something about that last night payout? It wasn't a denied payout, it was a denied funded account. And their accusations that I was one-sided betting were completely wrong. And I proved it was wrong. And they didn't care. So I just blanked them. And that reel has 200K views now. So I don't think that was a good investment for them to deny my funding. I don't think they saved money doing that. And then the funny thing is, like, when I did that, I've seen at least 50 people at least say the same thing happened to them. The same thing. So they're kind of getting exposed, I think, unfortunately. They're riding on their good reputation, though. So they'll probably be able to ride on that for a while, just kind of like the Funded Trader did, where they rode on their huge customer base and milked them all dry and then went to Mexico or whatever. What did I tell you guys? You see that? As soon as I put the bear on there, boom, sellers. Literally, I should just do that every time. I think I might be a billionaire, like within a few months. I think I figured it out. I figured out trading. Oh man, I shouldn't have shared that with you guys. Oh well, don't tell anyone else, okay? It stays in the chat. It stays here. Nobody say anything. Oh man, I'm scrolling through these questions. Sorry guys. Would you recommend the bot? Or if I put enough time, I can take all the trades myself? Both. Yeah, I think, trading with the bot is like very important for like scalability. But like understanding the mechanics of manually trading is also important. So I just think implement them both into your trading routine, and that is the best advice I can give. Because I do both. That's what I do, and I literally do this full time. Now that Funded Hive has come onto your radar, what are your top 5 prop firms? Off the top of my head, I would say, yeah, funded Hive, funded Next, E8 markets, funding Pips. Fivers is really good. What am I missing? Am I missing something? Blueberry is also really good. I like Blueberry a lot. They've been solid. I promoted Blueberry quite a bit, and I've heard very, very minimal complaints about them. You hear a few things, but nothing crazy. So that's a really good sign. I've literally sold like 600 challenges for them, and I've heard like very little negative feedback. So that's a good sign. Mm-mm. What do you think about using EA on a live account? Yeah, I do. I use EAs on live accounts all the time. I usually will dial back the risk a little bit, but that's just part of the game. So if you go from B book back to A book, and then you lose another 1K, you go back to B book. Yes, and this time you need to make back 2% before you can make a profit. I don't know. I think so. That's something that we would have to find out. So I think that's the case. So I don't know, actually. That's a good question. I don't want to say yes or no. I have no idea. That maybe we should check their customer support chat. You know what? Let's try it. Okay, let's do this. Let's see if there's a customer support chat. We'll do it live. Okay, let's go over to their chat. Okay, here we go. All right, guys. Can you see that? If you go, I just copy and pasted your question. If you go from B book back to A book and you lose another 1% and go back to B book, this time you need to make 2% before you can make profit. If I've lost 2K total on A book. Oh wait, am I in the right chat? Oh, there's a lot of people asking questions in here today. Oh wait, there's no support? Nobody's answered in like an hour. Okay, never mind. It's probably not going to work. They're probably all sleeping. We'll see though. We'll loop back and take a peek. ADX is low, so my E8 didn't trigger. Should I do something? I don't know. I mean, if you like the back test, I think that's kind of good though, Hikari, in my opinion, that it's not trading, because I mean, look at the conditions the last 2 days. It is crazy tight range. So if you avoid trading right now, you're probably fine overall, right? If you miss one winning trade, it's not the end of the world, but like you're avoiding some pretty negative market conditions right now. So I think you've probably already avoided some losses. Just freaking bears staring at me. How am I supposed to take these questions seriously? One question. If you hit stop loss each time you get back to A book, then each time Hive will lose 1,000. Yes, that's right. Not just one time. Yeah, exactly. If you repeat it 10 times, you will lose them 10K. Yes, and that's the biggest problem. So I think they're implementing soft breaches if you have too many A book. So it's called an A book breach, right? So if you go to A book, back to B book, back to A book, back to B book, obviously that's a problem. So I think they're going to do some kind of A book breach policy to where if you have too many, then you have to redo the challenge or something like that, right? But it's very unlikely that happens. It's actually very unlikely that you would switch back and forth 10 times in a row without making any profit. And I think a really nice solution to that, and this is going to be kind of something where we would educate other traders as well, to the importance of having a buffer, right? Like make 103K, 104K on the account, and then start withdrawing above that, because you're going to have a lot more room to go into drawdown without the trade's hard closing. And then you can just make profit easier. So let's say I wanted to make $1,000, right? Well, I could do if I had 105K balance, for example, instead of withdrawing that 105K, or instead of withdrawing all that $5,000 profit, I leave it in there because I have daily withdrawals. It doesn't matter if I leave it in there or not. I can set up a trade at target 1,000 and I could risk 2,000. I could have like a 1 to 2 inverse trade. This makes me so happy right now, guys. Oh my gosh. I needed to go to 70, right? Oh, I'm not even close yet though. I went short here. It's actually not even that good. It just looks good. I'm only $3 in the profit, but it's better than losing. It's better than losing. Do they have futures? Not yet, but I heard that's going to be on the radar. Do I like quants? I think so. I don't have any negative thoughts toward them. I think they're fine. Well, you know what? I'll say this. I think quant is fine because they are so cheap, right? So if you're looking for a cheaper barrier to entry and like paying like $300 for 100K or something, yeah, I think quant's a good play. But I personally wouldn't go for a big payout with them. Just saying. I would keep it reasonable. Is the EA bot free? Well, it's monthly subscription, but you can try it for a week for free. See if you like it before you commit. So it'll definitely, if you struggle with prop firms too, or if you plan to scale like your prop firm trading, it's definitely gonna make you a lot more money than the monthly fee, which is $75, I think, a month. You're a funded ticks expert. Ooh, I like that title. Say it again, please. So on a 50K account, you need $2,000 profit to withdraw 1,000. Yes. So if you go mad and go 4,000 profit, does the extra 2,000 roll over to the next withdraw? Probably only need 5 profitable days. That is correct. Yes. Yeah, exactly. So you can make $5,000 on the account. The only thing is, if you have the max $1,000 withdraw, you can withdraw 1,000. Then you need to make 5 profitable trading days, which is 150 plus each day. Then you can make another 1,000 withdraw. Do it again, make another 1,000 withdraw. Right. The magnet's working. Oh. Hold on. Whew, that was close. I almost it almost went too far, and I would have pulled it back to. That was close, guys. I'm sorry. Irresponsible of me. Are you gonna stare at them all night? Fed meeting coming. Hey, I got this new app that Justin told me about. Where is it? This one. I bought it today. $50 a month. So it gives you all the most recent news events that might cause markets to move. Really interesting. Like, there was a random little spike in gold today, and then he posted the screenshot of like, oh, there's an earthquake in Japan, Russia, and that might have caused gold to spike like $5. I was like, oh, what is that? And yeah, we got it. So we can always have this kind of running, making sure that there's nothing crazy, and even post like Trump tweets and stuff like that. It's called Merkit Edge. Or sorry, how do you say this word? Merkt. Does anyone know how to pronounce that? Merkt. Edge.ai. Grr. It's called grr. It's just a bunch of mumbling. Like, click the big red candle. Oh, crap. Okay, hold on. Oh, I'll click this one here. Okay, click it. See what drove this move. Oh, that's super interesting. No clear macro or news catalyst, typically low volatility range trade. Oh, that's really cool. Oh, don't tell me about stuff like that. Now I'm just going to be even more degenerate, lock myself in my room, clicking candles all day. What are you trying to do to me here? Disgusting. Irresponsible of you. Yeah, if you guys have any questions, you throw them in the chat. I can chill. Ooh, it's already been an hour. That's crazy. That flew by, huh? Yeah, you can throw a few questions left. I got to bounce in a minute. I actually have to trade tonight, so I'm not going to do anything exciting. I took the short already. So I have to trade my funding ticks funded accounts. So I'll probably just go short. I can do that right now, actually, while I'm on stream with you guys. Let me do that. Let's go. Hang on a second. I'll just take these inverse trades while I'm with you. Okay, this is how I do an inverse. Let's go. So step number one, I try not to overthink it. I look at current momentum. It's selling off. Okay, that's good. So I have this funded. Oh crap, I don't know if I can't trade that one. It's pending. Okay, let's try this one. Nope, that one's breached. Here we go. Wait. Okay, hold on. I got to do my process here, or I'm going to screw something up. First, we're going to look at my funded accounts, see which ones I still have to trade. Oops. Let me get in here first. Okay, let me put this. Oh, I was trying to attach that browser to the other one. Okay, so we have to go to payouts. Okay, this one's still, I requested this one on the 5th. What's the date? Oh, that was Friday. Okay, that's not a big deal. That's not a big deal. That's okay. It was the weekend. Okay, so we have all these funded accounts here. Whoa, I have 5? Okay, this is the one pending for payout. I got profit on all these other ones. So this is going to be kind of annoying though. Okay, so let's look at this one first. So it's 380. Let's see what I have to do on that one. So I'll go to my accounts. I wish there was okay, I think it's this one, 380. Yeah. Okay, so I have 3,000 profit. And okay, so I have 4 out of 5 trading days, right? I haven't made a day today. Look how close I was to not making this day. 40 cents off. Oh my gosh. So I need to make one more profitable trade. So this is account 380257. So let's go to my dashboard and we will set up we'll go to 380. That's it right there, I think. Yep. So I need to go short. Oh, let me go to the right symbol first. Micro. So it's going to be a micro trade. We'll go short. And we'll create a limit order here. I think around 6 micros is fine for me. I target 175. And I am going to have a stop loss of $3,100, okay? So this is the trade. So here's my TP and here's my stop loss. What do you think about that, guys? That's an inverse trade. Isn't that degenerate? But the hilarious thing, this is the best way to do it. if you're talking pure probability, okay? So don't blame me. Blame the math. Blame the math. So that's we'll let that trade soak. I don't like to stack them all. So I have 3 more to trade, right? So if we go back to this here, rewards. So I have to trade these 3 as well. But it looks like I have more trading days I need to achieve on these. So I won't, if I hit this trade that I just took, I'll be eligible for a payout. I can request $1,000 after market reset. But these other 3 here, I'm still going to need multiple days. So we can let's look at this one. 189. So let's go there. 189 here. Okay, so let's take a peek. Yeah, this is okay, so this was the account. I started it November 6th, so it's been running for exactly a month. I have 1 day, so I need to do 4 more days. I just got a payout probably around here. So now I ran it again here. So what I'll do is I'll target, because I have 2,000 profit, I'll target like $220 per day. That way I'm back, by the time my 5 days are done, then I'm back up to 3,000, right? So that's kind of my method. I like to get to that 3,000. I really like having that $2,000 buffer. You know what I mean? And then, yeah, usually I'll do between like 5 and oh my gosh. Just gonna sniper. I'm gonna blow this account. It's gonna go to the moon. Wait, where is my stop loss? $50. Okay, if I can avoid gold pumping $50, I'm okay. No, this coffee is cold now. It's freaking freezing. You blame Einstein whenever I lose. You blame Einstein. That's a good idea. He's the one that did it. Why trade micro contracts when you can just reduce your TP to like $1.5 at 2 full contracts? What? No. One contract would cost $10, and one mini contract will cost $10. One micro costs $1, right? I think so. I took the magnet off. I did. I know. All right, guys, I have to bounce here. Thanks for coming out. Hopefully that was helpful for you. Go check out Hive in your own time. I would really like to get some feedback from you guys here too. It would be very helpful. So if you try it out, like whether you do the pay after you pass or the 2-step, like let me know, because we have to get some data, and obviously if we all like set the standard, like that's how we want prop firms to function, where we're not all getting screwed all the time. Because I think everyone here might have been screwed by a prop firm at one point. So we want to like back the ones up that are trying like sustainable, ethical models, and not just like this only succeed off of failed traders type of situation, which is really annoying, but it's the only options we have right now. So, yeah. So I hope everyone has a good evening or good morning. And for the VIP members, I will see you during New York session. All right. Peace, guys. Later.